Hello everyone, welcome to Meet the Agent series, and today we have Bilal Ali and Milan Neotane from our Tarnet team. They are two of our young superstars which has been working very hard from last obviously two and a half years, and today we're gonna hear from them what they do on a daily basis and what they think about real estate, what they enjoy about real estate. So let's get started. Welcome on board Bilal and Milan. Okay, so let's start with the first. Tell us, Bilal. Maybe we'll start with you. Tell the audience more about you, like where you come from, what you're doing, and what your personal and professional life, whatever you can share.
Myself, Bilal Ali. I actually came to Australia in 2014, and it was for my master's degree. I did my master's in engineering management from La Trobe University. After completing the education, I started my career in IT. Obviously, that permanent residency citizenship was part of it. Working in a corporate environment, I obviously never wanted to do limited earning, wanted to change my life, and that's where I thought of real estate, and I started doing it. Apart from work, I have a family, 4-year-old son as well, where I spend most of my Sundays with him and try not to compromise my Sundays just because it's so much work on a daily basis. If there is something that needs to be done on Sunday, proud to say I have a family who do understand my work commitments. I play cricket as well on Wednesday nights at one of the club in Werribee. That's about me.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Milan, if you can share a little bit more about you.
Sure. My name is Milan, Milan Neotane. I came in Australia in 2016 as a student. My first job was door-to-door knocking for electricity and gas company, where I did find after a couple of years that this job is not for the longer term. And I did decide on that time that what should be the next career for myself, where I can grow more. I've seen lots of real estate agents who became successful, and I also know that out of 100% who joining, 90% of them leave only in the 1 year, and 10% of the agents stay in the real estate. Basically, I wanted to be in those top 10% as well. I believe in hard work and consistency and the teamwork as well. Yes, I have a family. With them, I spend most of the time on weekends, and weekdays are for my work. I like to play volleyball sometime whenever I get time. These days it's becoming hard for me, but yes, whenever I get time, basically.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because real estate is very time-hungry profession. The more you give it to it, the more it asks for. But I think it's very rewarding as well at the same time. The more you give it, and it's give you twofold back, or even more in most of the time. So Bilal, if you can take us through what inspired you to join real estate, and then how you decided about choosing a platform like that.
I actually, Sunil, always wanted to change my life and wanted to fulfill the desire of my family. Being in corporate environment for nearly 3 years, I knew that there is a corporate ladder that you need to climb, which eventually asks for time, and it takes time as well to get there. And I really don't want it to have that limited sort of capacity, because even in IT I was in sales, meeting corporate clients, but there was a limit with that sales, that if you close that deal, obviously you have that certain amount of money, but which not gonna change my life. So I decided to really get out of it. After COVID, I was really active on looking for the career change. Don't want it to be robot working from home. I really wanted to see people. So that's where I thought of real estate. And I did my research, and I was looking for a progressive organization, because knowing nothing about real estate, I knew that no one's gonna list with me, no one's gonna sell with me. What would I say to clients? So I started looking for an organization which help me in providing the right training, and I was looking for something where I have a good professional development career. That's where I came across with Reliance, and when they called me for an interview, it was pretty much like a win-win situation for me. It was really working with what my expectations were. It was totally aligned with it, and then I decided to go ahead and take that chance. At the same time, I was getting educated on how to do the real estate and getting paid. This was like a career that I wanted. So that's where I got inspired, and proud to say that I'm sitting here today with you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I still remember our first or second interview. We had a couple of good discussions, and then you can normally I get to meet a lot of candidates in the beginning, and then some of them you knew, like he will, if he stays with the right mindset, he will do well, and that was definitely you were there in that part, and that's why we sort of we sort of
Nice
agreed on
speaking
those
with
terms.
you at that time. Still remember, I did research on your profile, and I was, because I was being interviewed by other companies, and I decided not to go ahead. For me, it was more like I want to work with the right people, and that's why it's just a privilege to be part of Reliance still.
Thank you. And like being 2 years now, still very young, like you're still a baby.
2 months left in 2 years.
Yes, so I mean, what we call under 3 years is a baby in real estate. So what does real estate mean to you, and what do you enjoy about it?
Real estate is more like a blessing to me, Sunil. It has totally changed my life. But I think you are just the part of someone's happiness. Client buying with you or selling with you, at the end of the day, the satisfaction it brings, it means a lot. And when you are the right person, you provide in the right service, you know you are making your client satisfied. They are happy, and literally you can see it on their face. So it's just like a biggest satisfaction and achievement at the end of the day for me. So that's, I can think of real estate. And apart from that, obviously it's a rewarding career. You are helping someone and getting reward at the same time. What extra you can ask for?
True. I think it's definitely, you describe it right. It's a blessing, and this feeling is hard to describe.
Correct.
Like you become part of someone's happiness, someone's fulfilling their dream. Either they're moving a bigger or smaller houses like that. So you really are doing that. So well done. Thank you for sharing that. Milan, what is a few of one of the most important lesson you learned in real estate in last 2.5, 3 years you've been into it?
There's not only one actually. There's are plenty of them I can think of. But the biggest lesson I have learned in real estate, how to overcome your fear. Because the challenges and the objections you get in real estate are enormous. And for overcoming those challenges, you have to have right training, and you have to have those mentors who can teach you and lead you step by step. So I was lucky enough to have all these advantages from Reliance, and lucky to say Reliance has been gone above and better for me basically.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Thank you. And Bilal, what you consider one of your, as a team, or one of your biggest achievement as a highlight?
Sunil, working with Milan for nearly a year, like now we are holding the #1 ranking in our farm area within the last 6 months, and that is one of the biggest achievement I can say. It's because we are competing with agents who are the director of the company, and they are already having the experience of 10 years, 12 years. We are the babies, and I still get some calls where the clients are even telling me that they are really scared of you going into the presentation. I think it's just because we have that right training. So because of that right training and really know what to say at the client situation, it is helping us a lot. That's one of the biggest achievement.
Beautiful.
But in everyday result is also an achievement, and we have now a little growth in our team as well, so that is also an achievement.
Beautiful, and that's excellent. And I particularly know how difficult and how competitive the Trunina market is. If you really count, there must be 170, 180 agents in there, directly, indirectly, part-time, full-time, every kind of one in there, and being in #1 in 12 months, that's really good work. So well done, boys. Let's move on to the one of your selling experience, Milan, if you can share with us.
Yes, sure, Sunil. There has been quite a few selling experience. Obviously, I'm being experienced now for 3.5 years. But one of the best experience I can still recall dealing with a guy named Dennis. What a humble personality, patience, and the guy who trusted on me and trusted on my process as well. I eventually got him $40,000 more than his expected price, and then thereon he referred me 5 of his friends as well. I did provided them the same outcome, and they were really happy with the service I provided them as well. And thereon, like it's all about when the client trusts you, when the client trusts what you are saying to them, and trust your process as well. The motivate you get inside, that is really important, and after that the results really take care of itself.
Beautiful. That's excellent. And Bilal, would you like to share one?
I still had plenty of experiences, but you know that every experience is memorable. One of them is like when I started working with Reliance. It was my 3rd day, And I managed to convince the vendor to go exclusive with us. He has put his details over Facebook selling a property, and I knew his property was listed with other 2 agents for over 4 months. And he was like kind of impatient, not getting the result. That's why he's gone on Facebook. That's where I got connected to him and then managed to convince him to go exclusive with us. We went in the market, and that previous agent, being the director of the company, called the vendor and saying, "You have gone ahead with someone we never hired. He came for an interview and we said, no, we can't hire you." It wasn't even the case. It was me who never chose them because I was looking a progressive organization. Really don't want to talk about that, but that vendor called me and explained me what they were saying and would you be able to sell. So he was losing his confidence, and then we managed to sell that property within 7 days, over $25,000 his expectation, and that was huge. He was so happy. He called that agent and said, like, "I have sent some locks via Australia Post, close your office permanently." So that confidence and that momentum I built after that sale, within my first month I had that 5 listings. So from there it was unstoppable.
That's amazing, and I think I still remember, that your confidence. And I had a similar one in the very beginning. Again, very competitive listing, and I didn't had much experience. Maybe I was in 2 or 3 months into real estate, and the property we went. They were not choosing me because of experience. And then I said, "Look, give us 24 hours, 48 hours." They were asking for a certain price, so I ended up getting 10,000-15,000 more than that, and they wanted quick settlement. And I can only vouch for it, like the confidence you get from the deal like this, and especially in the beginning, then you feel like, it's for you and you can do it, and you obviously overcome your fears from that process. So that's good. And Milan, if you can share a little bit more how you built your clientele and your database, because you are very regular with your prospecting, especially in the beginning.
Yes, definitely, Sunil. We do everything what an agent is supposed to do, including door knocking, including door knocks, cold calling, warm calling, and letter drops as well. In the initial days of mine, I used to do 3 to 4 hours of door knocking every single day. Doesn't matter what the weather is look like outside, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, or whether it's cloudy, basically. So I was very consistent on that one. And just because of that, holding 60 to 70% of client mobile numbers in my phone. So imagine that wherever I'm going, whichever street I'm going, if I fill the street name in my contacts, I will be having 60 to 70 contacts of my owners. That's how basically I'm nurturing them, sending them gifts, giving them Christmas presents, Diwali present as well, and just to keeping in touch, and just to letting them know that there is someone unique in the marketplace who's looking after them.
I think that's a concept. I think we were discussing. You becoming their agent before they need an agent. So they know someone, and when the right time is there, 2, 3, 4 years, or maybe 6 months down the track, they will be, and then they will be trusting your advice, because you have built up that credit with them. That's right. And that's very.
So there is no appraisal needed for these kinds
of
things. They just
call
you.
It's more friendship, like you go along and they will listen to your advice, and
that's right.
And they trust your professional advice, on every part of the sale. Milan, if you are maybe we'll go with you, Bilal, on this one. Just tell us a little bit more about your Reliance journey. I know you told us a little bit about how you joined it, but if you can share a little bit more about.
I still remember, Sunil, I started my career at Reliance January 11, 2021, and for the first 2 weeks I was provided the training at the head office, and that's what I pretty much needed at that time. But I was also placed under Mukesh to work with him and to know the real things of the real estate. It was a privilege working with Mukesh. With Mukesh, I have learned like how to be really calm at certain situation, challenging situation, I must say, and to come up with that solution-focused mindset, because you really need it. Otherwise, you'd go crazy. How to get the top dollars for your vendors from the buyers, that's also I learned from Mukesh. And then Mukesh taught me how to dominate your marketplace through Reliance advantages. That's a big one. I'm still using it, and it's helping me in winning my businesses. If we are going for almost 10 appraisal, we win 8 to 9. As long as the client is realistic, we make sure they list with us. We don't leave any loopholes. We really want to know what the client wants. What are they looking for an agent? Mostly it's obviously the commission and the value and the price. And that's where we are telling them that we are the right agent to get you the top price. We are proving it. So it was a privilege working under that leader Mukesh and getting that right training. So that's how I still remember my career starting with Reliance.
Excellent, excellent. And that's what you need. You need a right environment and right person or right leader to lead in the. And because in real estate, you need a little bit of assistance almost every day. 100%. You know, either that tweak in there, either how to increase the price with the vendor or you know.
Yeah, it's like everyday learning. Yeah. You are learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. It's how it is.
It's always important you to have more knowledge than your clients, because that's where you're going to have upper hand on your clients, and that's where they need you as a professional as well to negotiate that exact amount from the buyers, which they don't know the value of, but we educate them the value of.
Beautiful. And also the more knowledge you have, because even over than competition, that's where you apply that knowledge, you give that knowledge out, and that's only we have. We don't have any other product to sell. We are the product of the thing. All right. So just more towards the end, Bilal, what advice will you give to the newcomers or someone who's looking to join real estate, still hasn't decided? What would your
Sunil,
advice?
to me, like if someone is just looking to join real estate and they are doing research and maybe sitting on the fence thinking if it's a career, the better answer is within themselves. They really need to ask themselves, are they the right person with that right mindset? Because real estate is a long-term game. You can't expect results in very first day or even first initial few months. Yes, results are there for few people, but everyone will have the results if they play a long-term game. You do the consistent work, whatever is required. Initially, it is not even important for you to have the result. The important thing is you have to be there.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. If you are there, the results are there as well in the future. So someone who's thinking, my main advice for them, it's in consistent hard work. If you can do the hard work, the career is rewarding. There is no other career than real estate which can reward you
Reward that much. No, that's nice. Thank you. And Milan, what advice will you give?
My advice to all the people who will be joining real estate in a couple of years or next year or whatever, basically being an agent now for almost 3.5 years, what I've learned in real estate is to build the relationship, because every person you are meeting is your future client. If you have that consistent maintaining the relationship with the people and building the relationship, you will definitely successful, and money and successful will definitely follow you as well at the back. Another thing I would like to mention is the key to success is door knocking, consistent follow-up with the clients, and obviously maintaining the relationship as well. If you can just do all this basic stuff, you will definitely be winning. But you have to be consistent. You can't just compromise on any single thing what I have just said. If you can consistently doing all these things, all this hard work, all the daily basics, you will definitely successful.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's excellent advice, boys. What's you looking forward, guys, in 2023 and beyond? Because you definitely just recently, I would say, achieved that milestone. And so what are you looking forward?
Sunil, we have some set goals for 2023, including growth within the business and the team as well. Currently, like we are holding between 40 to 50% of the market share, and we're looking to grow it to 60 to 70%. And it's huge, but we are very positive on that. Now that we've got extra hand within our team, we are looking forward to make it happen. Yep. That's the big one for us.
Beautiful, beautiful. And guys, I think you have all the skill set and a very good mindset to do it. And sometimes what I see is, sometimes the success what you have achieved, even on early days, I see a lot of agents, and some of them, they make that mistake. They start taking things a bit easier. But real estate is not that. The real estate is the profession. Like you need your full attention. If you give your attention somewhere else, it will start falling off. And I think I heard in a movie it says money is very jealous or jealous to anything else you do. Real estate is like that. Real estate has to be your pure focus. Otherwise, you are going down. So boys, thank you very much. It's been pleasant talking to you, and I think our audience, our people who's going to listen to this, going to get a lot out of it, because it is that success story which has happened in a right amount of time, at the right balance, working well together. I find many times some of the great people, but they can't work well together. just because a little bit of ego in there, little bit of think I am better here or whatever the case is. But that's the first step, and you have taken that, and now you are in that position. And wishing you all the very best for the next
Thank you,
year
Sunil. Thank you.
and beyond that. Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for
very much.
having us, Sunil. Thank you.
Beautiful.